The Victoria's Secret Angels weren't just models, they were a phenomenon. But what does it really take to look like one of them? For the next week, I'm stepping into their world, training, eating, and living like a different Victoria's Secret Angel every single day to see what it really takes, and if a regular girl like me can actually become one too. Before diving into this week, I had to do a grocery run and stock up on all the things the angels love to eat. I picked up lots of fresh produce, frozen fruit for Romee's smoothies, protein powder for Adriana's training days, and of course a few other wellness staples for the girls' routines throughout the week. Good morning, angels. I don't think I've ever been so excited for a video. Today is day one of this little challenge and we are going to be living like Romee Strijd. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. She is gorgeous. I actually used to watch her YouTube videos because I don't know if she still does, but she would post a lot on YouTube. So it's actually pretty easy to see what her lifestyle is like, at least at the time. She gets her mornings started early, and from what I could see, she loves starting her morning with a glass of warm lemon water, and she makes her breakfast typically a sweet breakfast, which I love. Romee often does overnight oats, but I'm making mine this morning, so we're just gonna cook them on the stove instead, which I honestly kind of like more because I love my oats hot. For one serving, we're gonna use a half cup of oats, 3/4 of a cup of water, a sprinkle of chia seeds, I'm using ground chia seeds, some protein powder to bulk it up and make it a little bit more filling, and a little pinch of salt, which really balances the flavor. I simmer these for about 10 minutes with the lid tipped, but if you're using quick oats, it will be faster. The other unique thing about these oats, which I've seen Romee do sometimes, is actually mash up a banana and use it as the sweetener for the oatmeal. For the toppings, about a tablespoon of almond butter. I swirled mine on to make it more fun. Some hemp hearts, and she loves blueberries, but I only had raspberries at this time. I think any berries would work. This paired with the lemon water was such a refreshing, filling, and energizing breakfast. I was truly so impressed. Those oats were incredible. I actually loved them, and I'm definitely going to be incorporating them into my breakfast rotation. Romee likes to do her workouts early in the day, so I'm just gonna pop on some eye masks right now, do a little bit of work, and then we will get started on the workout. This is a super fun way to just make your normal days feel a little bit more indulgent. So like, even though I'm about to do computer work, I'm feeling luxurious and doing self-care. I'm all ready for my workout. From what I can tell, Romee likes typically like functional strength training, sometimes like resistance workouts, body weight workouts, Pilates, nothing too crazy or intense. She actually has some workout videos online of like her own routines from a few years ago. So we're actually just gonna be following along with her workouts. I will link it below if you want to do it too. So this workout was honestly perfectly crafted. I would definitely do this specific video again. There was some cardio at the beginning that kind of got my heart rate up, and I felt like it kept me in that fat burning mode for the rest of the workout. In addition to the cardio moves, we had resistance training using the band and functional strength training with the dumbbells. I felt like all of my muscles were being used at all times, and it was genuinely so tiring in the best possible way. By the end of this workout, I was sweaty, hot, and tired, but it felt amazing. Guys, we finished the workout. That was more intense than I was expecting, but it was great. It was a great workout. It was honestly quite similar to the types of workouts I do at home anyway. Honestly, 10 out of 10 recommend that workout. That personal trainer was great. It was basically the personal trainer's workout that I was doing. We only did a bit of abs, but feeling strong. There were some solid butt workouts in there too. From what I read, Romee really just eats a healthy, balanced diet with lots of whole fruits and vegetables. So I ate my typical lunch where I just had this leftover tofu, black beans, beets, carrots, and I added some spinach and peas to bulk it up a little bit. It looks kind of weird because the beets made everything purple, but honestly, this was so yummy and filling. It's Adriana Lima day. Whew, I'm a little bit intimidated for this day, to be honest. I think this is the day that I'm most scared for because she goes hard. I saw articles saying she would work out from 4 to 6 hours a day. She works out twice a day. Before shows, she would be on like a liquid only diet and then a solid only diet just before the show, like what bodybuilders do. We're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna be following a healthy, reasonable lifestyle, eating some of her meals that she loves and trying out some of her workouts because her workouts consist about 80% of boxing because she loves boxing. She loves high intensity, sweating, HIIT workouts, like training hard, crazy workouts. Sort of like the opposite of what I usually do. We're gonna get into that later, but for now, let's start out with breakfast. Some of her most commonly eaten meals are oatmeal and avocado toast. Since we had oatmeal yesterday, we're gonna be making a little avocado toast recipe today. She specifically said avocado toast with an egg on top, and I'm gonna be making a vegan version of that with a tofu scramble. Because she does these like crazy high intensity workouts, she needs a lot of protein and replenishment for her body and muscles. So I think this is gonna be a great way to fuel ourselves for the big day ahead. I'm gonna show you exactly how I make my tofu because I feel like oftentimes when people say they don't like tofu, it's because they aren't making it super well. I start out with extra firm tofu, drain the water and just plop it into a pan. Seasonings are very important for this. So I use salt, black pepper, and then turmeric, which will give it an amazing color that's sort of egg-like, chili powder, and then paprika. Onto the assembly, I'm taking a bagel. I love Dave's Killer Bread. So once that's toasted, I'm just putting on half of an avocado and putting lemon juice on the avocado, salt, pepper, and sesame seeds before topping with the tofu scramble. I'm adding some cilantro and a little bit of hot sauce. Guys, the breakfast sandwich is made. I made one half to start, and this will probably fill me up because it's going to be very filling with the tofu and avocado, but I am so excited to eat this. Hard to eat though. Trying to get pumped up. I'm channeling Adriana with the sleek ponytail, black. She kind of gives like fierce, fiery energy. By the way, this is only workout number 1 of the day. We're going the full 9 yards and doing 2 workouts today. So I'm gonna say at-home boxing. They're all jumping around. How about 10-minute beginner boxing workout? That sounds pretty good for me. I know that's not super long, but like we're just trying it out. Let's just see how it goes. Like boxing. I know that was quick. If she does boxing for 4 to 6 hours, like, girl, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? I'm already sweating. For the second workout of the day, Adriana loves to do weightlifting and just intense workouts. So I decided to have an intense gym sesh. I did a leg day at the workout, so I'm just gonna take you through my routine. I always like to start out with a warm-up. Then I typically go into the hamstring curls. These are great for building out your hamstrings, obviously, in the back of your legs. And I do pretty much for all of these exercises, I do 3 sets with about 12 reps with the last set till failure. So I increase the weight a bit for each set. Next, I typically do either the hack squat or the leg press. Neither of these are honestly my favorite, but same situation here where I increase the weight for each set with the last set till failure. These are not my favorite, honestly, but we're doing them. Next, I did the hip thrust machine, super heavy with 245s on each side. And then my favorite machine, the abductor machine, I max this machine out. I do each set with a slightly different positioning. The first set sitting forward like I am here, the second set sitting straight up, and the third set sitting backward to activate all parts of the glutes. Then we do the extensions. I'm holding a 25-pound plate here, and this really targets your upper glutes to build a shelf and your lower back as well. It's Candice Day. Guys, she has always been my favorite Victoria's Secret model. She's stunning, like literally stunning. Honestly, when I think of Victoria's Secret, I think of her. And I'm honestly really excited to kind of copy her lifestyle a bit today because she is more into like the softer sculpting forms of working out, which I love. She likes doing bar and things like that, and I love bar and ballet type moves, so I'm so excited to try those out. She also loves taking walks, so this morning we are starting out with a morning walk. Honestly, I don't usually take walks like first thing in the morning, but I think this is gonna be really nice. Here are my cute little tennis shoes. They're honestly really dirty right now. Hi, baby. Good boy. Ready to go? it's lunchtime and one of Candice's favorite meals is to just have salads with some type of lean protein on top. We're gonna go see what I have in the fridge and kind of throw something together, but this is one of her go-tos, and honestly I don't make salads often at home, so I think this will be fun. For my base, I'm doing a mixture of iceberg lettuce chopped up and spinach chopped up. I'm adding in cucumbers, bell peppers, using lemon juice and a bit of olive oil as the dressing. Of course, adding some salt and pepper too. We're also doing this over top of a base of quinoa. Quinoa is a complete protein, so this is going to give just extra protein, fiber, and lasting energy for this meal. I just finished the salad. This is like the bigger bowl for the fridge, and then this is my bowl. The quinoa tastes so good. I cooked it with a little bit of vegetable broth, so it gave it really good flavor, and oh my gosh, it cooked perfectly. It's so fluffy. So I didn't have any chickpeas, which would be my preference, but I used some navy beans instead, and those are amazing too. It's time for the bar workout. I've done some bar style workouts by Move with Nicole before. She's like one of my favorite fitness gals online. I'm gonna do her 20-minute bar, thighs and booty. I think I've done this one before and it was absolutely deadly. Like, I'm not kidding, it was deadly. Let's do it. If you want a serious burn, a serious sculpt for your legs and butt, this is the one. If you think in your mind like, oh, a bar workout, like a ballet inspired workout, that would be so easy, you would be extremely wrong, which any dancer would know. But that was intense. That was intense. My butt is on fire. My legs are shaking. I'm dripping sweat. I'm gonna go take a shower, but that was an amazing workout. Literally, I forgot to mention this, but from the first day from Romee's workout, my legs were actually quite sore. And then from yesterday, the gym workout, my legs and butt are really sore. Welcome to day 4. Today we are embodying Alessandra Ambrosio. She is beautiful and she has like a boho kind of earthy vibe. So I dressed today in earth tones. We have brown leggings, a cream colored top, so I can really feel her essence. Alessandra is really about balance. She likes making working out fun. She said that she never really worked out and no one in her family ever really did. So she didn't start working out until she joined Victoria's Secret. She's not the biggest fan of things like running and super heavy weightlifting, but she loves things like Pilates, dance inspired workouts, things that are more fun. So today, to do a perfect Alessandra inspired workout, we're doing a weighted Pilates workout with light weights. So I have some ankle weights. I'm gonna pop these on just for like a little extra burn throughout the whole thing, as well as my 3-pound dumbbells. I'm gonna do this 15 minutes full body Pilates HIIT workout. Let's try it out. This workout was honestly more intense than I remembered, but I did click on a Pilates HIIT workout, so I don't know what I was expecting. The workout was structured as sets of exercises with little rests in between and cardio moves throughout. So the heart rate was up the whole time. Things were on fire. And you might not think that using weights as light as 3 pounds would make much of a difference, but with the long time under tension of these Pilates workouts, it really starts to exhaust the muscle. If you can tell by the sweat on my face, that was quite intense. Yes, I forgot that I hit Pilates HIIT. I was expecting like slow sculpt, and that was like jump, burpee, running. Not really. That was actually amazing. It was a great workout, great burn. Honestly, I think I need to do more cardio type of workouts anyway, so I love that. And it does say that she like doesn't love running, so she tries to incorporate some cardio into her workouts, so I feel like that was a perfect workout for Alessandra. We are gonna go finish this workout with her post-workout smoothie. I'm not kidding. It feels like every model I've looked at has a post-workout smoothie, and they pretty much all have the same sort of things. I've really started to realize throughout the week that like these models eat the same sort of things, which makes sense because these Victoria's Secret models have trainers and dietitians or like nutritionists, so I'm sure they're getting a lot of the same advice, and really it's just like an overall healthy diet. But we're gonna go make a superfood packed protein smoothie to aid in our recovery. For this smoothie, I didn't specifically measure anything, but I started out with the fruit. I'm using frozen fruit to give it the best, thickest texture. I have a mix of strawberries, strawberries, pineapple, peaches, and mango, and also some frozen blueberries. And I am actually washing all of the frozen fruit. Even though it says it's washed, I don't know, I just like to take that extra precaution. I'm doing 1 full banana as well, which gives it the best creamy texture. But if you don't like banana, you could also try using frozen mango. Adding in spinach. Almond milk and coconut water are my favorite liquids to use, but most of the models used almond milk, so that's what we're using today. And then I added a bit of my plant protein powder, some almond butter for healthy fats, and some chia seeds. Okay, wow, this smoothie is amazing. I didn't measure anything, but like you could see what I put in. It tastes a little bit like vanilla Truvani protein powder, which honestly I really like the taste of that. And otherwise I taste like banana and a hint of berry. I don't taste the spinach, so if you want an easy way to get your greens and just like a perfect little post-workout or anytime really pick me up, I highly recommend making this. For dinner, we're making a simple yet balanced meal. I steamed some broccoli and sweet potatoes and ate that along with some tofu, black beans, corn, and the quinoa from yesterday, and it was so yummy and filling. Because Alessandra emphasizes balance and social time as well, I decided to go shopping on this day, and what better place to go shopping in this video than Victoria's Secret. I really didn't have any intentions going in here. I wasn't looking for anything specific, but I was hoping to get some sort of fashion show related items. I was honestly hoping to get some pajamas, but they didn't have the ones I liked in my size, so I ended up getting the robe. It is so beautiful. It has Swarovski crystals on the back. Good morning. It is Elsa Hosk day. It seems like Elsa isn't like a gym rat type of girl. She doesn't love working out, but she tries to find ways to make it fun. She typically does things like dance workouts, Pilates. She loves a slow sculpt, as well as just quick body weight or light workouts with some sort of cardio in there too that can kind of like get the heart rate up. So I actually found a video from many years ago of one of her trainers doing a workout with her. So we're gonna do this exact workout, like might as well. Posted by Victoria's Secret Showtime, and it's called Victoria's Secret Train Like an Angel, Elsa Hosk. Let's get started.
Hey, listen up, I've tried to tell you this 100 times, not getting better.
I really could not find that much information online about Elsa Hosk's diet. It seems kind of random, but just in general, she eats healthy food like all of the other models do. I am eating a yogurt bowl, which she has mentioned eating as well. We're starting Miranda's day off a little bit differently because at the core of her fitness and health routine is overall wellness, which involves meditating. So I started my morning with a 5-minute mindfulness meditation, one of my favorite ways to start the day, but not something I always make time for. We are on day 6 of the challenge now, and today we are doing Miranda Kerr. I love her. Her lifestyle is very similar to mine in the sense that she prioritizes overall well-being over pushing yourself to maintain a crazy diet or crazy workout plan that's hard on the body. She loves meditating, yoga, like drinking tea and celery juice. And some of her favorite ways to work out or do physical activity are through yoga-based workouts. She actually has a video on her channel. It's 37 minutes long. I don't know if I'm gonna do the whole thing, but it's like her giving a yoga workout. So we're gonna try it out today. Miranda Kerr describes herself as having somewhat of a 3-course breakfast. Before breakfast, she has a warm lemon water. Then as her first course, she has a green juice, typically celery juice. So since I don't have a juicer, I decided to try making my own celery juice, sort of just like a celery smoothie with celery and filtered water. Then she has a smoothie, and later on in the day, she has a heartier breakfast like oatmeal, eggs, or yogurt. We are on the last day of the challenge. You might be wondering, Sophie, what angel are we doing today? Well, we're doing me. Today is going to be my angel day. I'm basically going to be taking my favorite parts of all of the other angels' routines and combining it into my own perfect angel routine. I cannot wait, so let's go get started with some breakfast. Okay, I honestly loved all of the different breakfasts that I tried this week, but I'm not gonna lie, after a week of not eating my beloved favorite breakfast of a yogurt bowl, I was really just wanting to eat a yogurt bowl. So although I will be alternating some of these other new recipes into my routine, the yogurt bowl is still a staple for me, and I really don't see any reason to change it out. For my morning drink, I kind of combined some of my favorite elements of some of the other girls' drinks into like my own little morning elixir. Lots of the girls loved lemon water in the morning, which I also really enjoy, but I love green tea even more. So instead, I made a green tea with lemon juice and a bit of raw honey. For a workout, I did a little mix of kind of all of their workouts. It had a bit of cardio to get my heart rate up with some Pilates style movements, functional strength training, so we kind of get the best of all of the worlds. Okay, we are officially done with this challenge. I'm in my Victoria's Secret makeup and my new robe that I just got. Look at how beautiful it is. And look at the back. But let's recap this week, my final thoughts, results, everything like that, shall we? My first takeaway was that it seems like all of the models eat very similarly, and it's overall just that they eat a generally healthy diet, meaning not a lot of sugar or processed foods, but rather whole foods, fruit, vegetables, grains, lentils, beans, lean meat. I already eat that way, so it didn't really feel like an adjustment to me. I know I didn't include every meal that I ate this whole week, especially like lunch and dinner, but that's because when I made things for lunch, I just ate the same thing again for dinner. Like if I have leftovers, I'm not going to just keep making new food. My second takeaway was that these girls all worked out in different ways, and they really just ultimately found ways that they liked to work out. I think the whole point is that you do some type of workout. They all had different strategies, but they ultimately found things that made working out fun and made them enjoy it. And I think that's really important, and it's a lesson we can all learn from. And I think also just having the variety, like I really loved trying a bunch of different workouts throughout this week, and I love mixing like heavy weightlifting at the gym with, you know, my cutesy like ballet and Pilates workouts. In terms of results, I was hesitant about even including like a before and after because it's 1 week. You can make some progress in a week, but I don't think it will be like glaringly obvious. So I will show you what I look like before and after in case you want to see. I just want to say, as I'm showing you these results, please don't compare your body to mine or to any of the models or anyone else's. The point of this challenge is to try out some different lifestyles and overall be fit and healthy, not to look like anyone else. I was so sore this entire week, and after these workouts I felt toned, snatched. I literally felt like my muscles looked so sculpted. In other words, it seems like the secret to the angels' iconic look, energy, glow is finding movement that they love, fueling their bodies with healthy whole foods, and maintaining a good balance between life so that they're not sticking to something that literally burns them out and makes them dread working out. I also have to say that I loved their little post-workout smoothies. Those were so fun. The only hesitation I have with that is getting my blender dirty every single day and like washing it every single day. It's kind of the only thing that like holds me back, but I loved that. Overall, this was such a fun challenge. I hope you enjoyed watching and were able to take something away from this video. If you found this helpful, I would love if you gave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of me. Comment this secret emoji if you watched all the way up until the end of the video, and follow me on my other socials and podcast if you want to keep up with me more. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, angels.